Hi guys, I am here today to make another page in my glue book for the Collage with Mish prompt game. And this week the prompts are hexagons, die cuts, and orange. So I got my hexagon background paper, some orange scraps and random things, and some mostly die cut butterflies that I found in my stash, but just some other random die cuts like this and a die cut caterpillar. So let's just get started. Oh yeah, I also had this hexagon thing just in case I couldn't find any other hexagon stuff, but I'm not going to use this. And here's my glue book and my glue book. Okay, so let's do, how are we doing? Yeah, it's fine. For this one, what I think I want to do is, I'm going to make some, let's actually get all this crap out of here. Put it somewhere else, but we'll put it right here for now, so I can have my glue book. I'm going to rip some strips of this hexagon paper. So we'll have one for that side and one for this side. And then just a couple random ones for the middle. I'm not going to cover this entire background with the hexagons like I normally would do. I'm just going to make some strips and then fill in the blanks with some of the orange and the die cuts. I'm not going to need all of this paper, but I'm just going to rip it up anyway. I'll just add it to my scrap bin once I am done. Okay, so let's rip and glue. This I'm going to put out of the way. So I'm going to rip some of them, like some of them I want coming from the top, and some of them I want coming from the bottom. Then we can do this and this. And this one will be from the bottom. And then we'll have another one from the top. So just something like this. Yeah, that's good enough for me. So let's start gluing them down with my handy dandy glue stick. Yesterday I went to the library for a cookie decorating class. Check out your guys' local library and see what kind of cool stuff they have there to do. They're, well, at least in my case, they're free, always. And they do, this year especially, they've been doing a lot of really cool stuff for both kids and adults. A lot of the things are unfortunately during times when I'm working, so I wouldn't be able to go to them. Especially, like, it's a bummer because they have the toddler story time, but it's always in the mornings during a weekday. So since I'm working, I can never take Kelsey. But they had the junk journal class that started, that I've mentioned a couple times on the channel. And so I am able to attend that because it is after hours. And same with the cookie decorating classes. They always start after hours. And they're for adults only. But they're also doing like planting classes in like dinosaur shaped planters. That's for teenagers and adults, which I thought is really cool. We're doing a lot of dinosaur stuff lately. So that's cool. They do a cooking class for teenagers every Wednesday. After school, if the kids don't have anywhere to go, they go to the library and they can go make some food. So that's cool. They have like every Tuesday night they have a different kind of like a game night. So they have a Lego night and a puzzle night and a board game night. And my cat wants in, so I gotta let her in really quick. And then we can continue on with adding some of the foreground stuff. Of course, the cat didn't come in. But what else is new? Okay, let's get some of the orange stuff. Looks like I have this scrap from when I was punching out circles for something or other. Put that there, put that there. And I have some other orange scrap papers. Got that. That can go there. Here's a random orange sticky note. We can put that somewhere. Yeah, that'll go there. And then that's perfect right there. And then how about a little, we'll put like one of the butterflies or something right there. We'll have that butterfly. Actually, no. All of the other white spaces are taken up by other orange things. So let's just make it an orange thing. And then we could put a butterfly or something on top of it. Okay, that is cool. This one I'm going to glue down with my tacky glue because it's heavier and oddly shaped. I don't want to try to get my glue stick around all that. So we'll just put it there. And same with this one. Okay, but the rest of them are fine with the glue stick until I get to the die cuts, and then I will use the tacky glue again. Okay, a bunch of orange and a little bit more background. And then we can start putting the foreground stuff with the die cuts and whatever else that I have that happens to be orange. Got this cool caterpillar and a bunch of butterflies. Yeah, we'll put those bigger ones just right there outright. Let's just go ahead and get that done. Just using up stuff from my stash. I could have die cut my own things, but I really didn't feel like it, and I knew I had these store-bought die cuts, so I just rummaged through a random box that has a bunch of stuff in it, and I found a bunch of these butterflies and a couple other random die cuts. And a bunch of orange scraps too, which was nice. Oops. Alrighty, there we go. Then I have this random orange ticket thing from a reverse raffle. And a random orange Q foam sticker that I'm going to use. So we'll just put that right there. Alright, and now we have the rest of the die cuts. I'm going to put this flower inside of that flower, and I'll put this butterfly. I have a nice leaf, and say cheese. We'll have that caterpillar saying say cheese, and then another butterfly, and another butterfly, and another butterfly, and then this steampunk thing. Trying not to overlap these die cuts. There, I think I can, no, I can't do that because I want the caterpillar to say cheese. Maybe this one can fit, there we go, down there, and that one can go there. And then I can put the leaf right there. Oh, I have another butterfly. We can put it, just put it right up here. There we go, a bunch of butterflies. Yeah, I like how that looks. This one's gonna be a little hard to glue, so I'm just gonna do my best with a light pressing of my glue bottle, just to get a little bit of glue on there on most of the tines. It'll dry clear, so it's okay if some spreads out a little bit. And now for all the other die cuts. Whoops, I gotta close my glue. I keep sticking my arm in it. Don't need to glue my arm today. Okay. And a couple more butterflies. This page actually turned out pretty cute. A lot of times when I do my glue book pages, like for prompts and stuff, even not for prompts and stuff, just gluing stuff down, I'm not really trying to make like a nice overall collage composition kind of thing, you know. I'm honestly just trying to use up my stash and go along with the prompts or whatever ideas that I may have for that page. But to sit down and try to think of a perfect layout for all these die cuts, and or even trying to think of you know, things that would go together. Like I have this diagonal paper, trying to find things that would match it, or especially with the prompt orange, to, you know, get all of it to be cohesive. I don't want to use my brain that much when I art, most of the time anyway. I like to fulfill the purpose, which today's purpose is for this prompt game, and just use up my stash. That's what this notebook is for, is using up my stash and doing it while playing along with a prompt game. That's a fun way to do it. And I can think as much or as little as I want, because it's my book, you know? I'm just giving a little bit of guidance with her prompts. So I think this is going to be my page, guys. And I actually think it did turn out pretty cool. I have the hexagons, the die cuts, and orange randomly all over the place. And we didn't use some of this orange and all that stuff, and then this, so these will just go back into my stash. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I will tag her channel in the description box, and the hashtag will be in the title. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.